Hindustan Aeronautics is carrying out final fittings on the Naval Tejas and P-5 trainer aircraft, which will be used to collect data for the development of the twin-engine deck-based fighter. The Indian Air Force is already on board the Tejas lift program, and Hindustan Aeronautics has now started talks with the Indian Navy to link the Tejas lift program with the Naval Tejas Mk1 program to maintain commonality with avionics and also cater to redundancy and obsolescence of the technology. If HAL can get the Navy on board the lift program, then it will incorporate not only new cockpit layout and avionics, but will also offer more realistic performance for trainee pilots, as it will be able to mimic platforms like TED-BF or MiG-29K to give a better understanding of the characteristics of the aircraft. The work on the Tejas lift project will begin after the completion of the integration and testing of the new upgraded technologies that are to be incorporated as part of the Tejas Mk1A program. India is aggressively pursuing the development of 6 nuclear attack submarines with 6,000-ton displacement, and is also set to start work on 3 S5 Class SSBNs with a displacement of 13,000 tons. India has already received Russian assistance in the development of an 83 MW pressurized light water reactor for Arihant class SSBN submarines, and India's both upcoming SSNs and S5 Class SSBN programs will rely on a pressurized water reactor that will be a derivative of the Russian-designed OK650V reactor that has a rated power output of 190 MW, which will require key technology transfers and Russian assistance. France, UK and US will not give India access to nuclear propulsion technology, and India will go ahead with the Russian partnership even if there are threats of Western sanctions on India, as it could jeopardize India's nuclear submarine programs by decades. The Indian Defence Ministry made several inquiries and have found that the critical infrastructure of Ukraine's Zorya Mashproekt factory is intact, that manufactures gas turbine engines for most Indian warships. The factory has been found to be functional and is capable of resuming work in the future, and this comes as a big relief for the Indian Navy, which relies on the gas turbines for its frontline warships, including 4 recently ordered frigates from Russia. Defense Ministry is also looking at the option to establish gas turbine manufacturing plants in India under a partnership program, and European gas turbine manufacturers are offering their products as an alternative to Ukrainian systems, but its fitment would be a complex process as it would require some design changes. The Western sanctions on Russia are causing some side effects on the African defense market. Russia supplies 44% of Africa's defense imports, but now African countries are deciding whether or not Russia is a viable option in the future, and this current situation is leading the African countries like Nigeria to look at China for their requirements, which is a cheap and uncomplicated nation to buy defense equipments from. India needs to fast-track the creation of a specific export promotion and facilitation body, with participation from Indian industry representatives, that can render advice to government on various export-related issues, and promote exports through specific marketing efforts in targeted countries. The Ordnance factory Khamaria has handed over the first batch of 48 units of 500 kg general-purpose bomb to the Indian Air Force. That will add to the firepower of the Air Force. It will be equipped on the Jaguar deep strike aircraft and Su-30 fighter jets, and one single unit has the capability to destroy an entire enemy airport.